how did this, how does this change you going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for that. So, before I say anything else, I want to, and I know he's probably tired of me saying it, but I want to publicly commend our head boys basketball coach, Coach King. He did a tremendous job jumping into action, just walking through it. He did exactly what we train to do every year to ensure that if this happens, we are prepared to respond. And simply because he followed those instructions and did exactly what was asked of him, the outcome was positive. And so I can tell you that when that student left here, he was conscious. But with that being said, that is largely because of the training that we do. Also, our student athletes, they are involved in CPR training as well to make sure that we are all on board with what's going on. In an emergency like that, of course, we have our adults, but sometimes it takes the students as well to make sure that we're all assisting whoever is in that present condition with the best that we can so that they can have a chance at survival. So how do you ask the question, how does it change me? So I'm always a stickler for preparation. So my coach can tell you, he's sitting right next to me. They can't hear it from me enough, Mr. James, how many emails, how many conversations, how many follow-ups when I'm talking about don't just do the training, but make sure that you commit to it. Make sure that you keep it in the forefront of your mind, your Rolodex, because you never know what day you're going to have to pull it out of your arsenal to use it. And again, thankfully this time, it was available. Coach King did it. And that's why that student is with us on today. But all of my coaches, all of our student athletes, we're all hands-on when it comes down to CPR training, because in a moment like that, we want to make sure that we can all do what we can to save a life. And I think I can't stress it enough for anybody that'll ever see this or watch this, prepare, because again, you never know when that moment will come where you have to immediately jump into action to save a life. That student is back on his feet. They're still being monitored, of course. The student is back on his feet, conscious, able to communicate. We are hoping that everything goes back to normal so that he can have a positive way of living. But again, without this training from Dr. Rawls that she provides and the support that we get from our administration, and without our coaches jumping into action with our student athletes, we would not have this outcome. So please prepare, because you never know.